We are absolutely terrified of conversational silence, driven by an immediate, desperate compulsion to fill dead air with noise. We operate under the false assumption that explaining, justifying, and elaborating proves our intelligence to the room. We think that by giving people more words, we're establishing our true value. But the fourth law of power reveals a harsh paradox. The harder you try to impress people with words, the more common and out of control you actually appear to your audience. When you offer unsolicited justifications for your actions, you effectively place yourself below the listener, waiting for their nod of approval and surrendering your authority. The truly powerful navigate this noise by treating silence as a precision weapon of control, rather than merely an absence of thought. Put two people in a room and you will almost always see the anxious courtier archetype emerge, nervously chattering away to secure approval. This rapid-fire speaking immediately degrades their perceived status. It visibly demonstrates a desperate dependence on the listener's validation. This graph plots the volume of words spoken against the probability of saying something foolish. Notice the exponential curve. Here is the inflection point of oversharing, where risk multiplies rapidly. Conversely, minimizing your word count completely eliminates these unforced errors. Every single unnecessary word you offer beyond that minimal threshold acts as a microleak. It bleeds away your authority and actively dilutes the impact of your original message. Over-explaining does not build understanding. It simply exposes vulnerability, turning a dominant figure into an applicant begging for permission. The inverse strategy is far more potent. By offering short, vague, and open-ended answers, you project absolute power. This triggers what we can call the Sphinx Effect. The human brain is a meaning-making machine that abhors a vacuum, and it will inevitably try to solve the puzzle of your silence. If you offer a perfectly banal, Sphinx-like statement, you force the listener's brain to do all the heavy lifting. Their mind automatically assigns profound depth to that empty space. Listeners will project their insecurities, their own unique interpretations, and profound sense of awe right onto your quiet exterior. It creates an incredibly persuasive illusion of originality without you having to invent a single profound thought. Influential operators move beyond defensive quiet to use silence as a combative tool, deliberately designed to destabilize their opponents. It sets off a predictable behavioral chain reaction. When faced with an unreadable figure, anxious counterparts nervously overshare to alleviate the suffocating tension. Weaponizing silence completely flips the power dynamic. Your comment voluntarily surrenders their secrets and motives, while you remain perfectly insulated, risking absolutely nothing. Modern life is an exhausting ecosystem of constant broadcasting, where we are surrounded by endless streams of cheap, loud noise. To survive it, you must develop cognitive sovereignty. This is the absolute ability to stop reacting to the external environment's constant demands for your attention, your emotion, and your explanation. Saying less than necessary acts as an impenetrable psychological shield. It allows you to retain ultimate control over your personal image, your private secrets, and your internal energy reserves. This vocal restraint provides the active architecture for your own reality, ensuring you determine how the world perceives you. So the next time you feel the desperate urge to explain yourself, embrace the uncomfortable silence instead. Let the world wonder, and make sure to subscribe to master all 48 laws.